This video will be about picking the right real estate firm for you. Welcome to another video. If you're watching this, you're probably curious about what you should look for when picking the right real estate brokerage. Interests range from commission splits to training, support, technology, niche, and the reputation of the company. All of which are extremely important and set the foundation for your new journey. I would think about what you really want to do and then go interview around. Something to remember here is that unlike a typical job interview, you will be the one interviewing the brokerage.
Let's do this, you guys are hired, you're in, unless you're like the weirdest guys ever and I don't see it.
Great.
Anyway, later in this video, I'll even discuss which firm I work for and why. It's a company I knew I wanted to be affiliated with before I even started taking real estate courses. You won't want to miss that portion. Really quick, a free way for you to show your support for this channel is just by simply clicking the like button down below and subscribing. Let's narrow it down. I have to start with the commission split because it's what about half of you are only interested in anyways, let's be real. If you sell a $300,000 house, which is about average in my market, you will probably get 3% as a listing agent on that house. 3% of $300,000 is $9,000 per house sold. But then you have to share some of that with your brokerage. You have brokerages that will range from a 50% split all the way to a 100% commission split where you get everything. That's a range from $4,500 to $9,000 per house sold. See how this can be a really important question to ask when interviewing firms? If you are brand new to real estate, you may be thinking, well, duh, I'm gonna pick the 100% commission company. But there's a caveat there. That firm will get their money in some other way. It could be desk fees, flat fees, technology fees, no training, or some other way. But maybe you don't need any of that. If you are a really experienced real estate professional, you probably don't need training anymore. You may not need that firm's software. You don't need a desk and many of the other things that they might offer. You may have a great system in place already, but you just need a brokerage to affiliate with. So that 100% commission split is really important to you, but nothing else is. Now, brokerages also have commission split caps. Let's say you're in a 70-30 commission split where you get 70% of your commission. Some brokerages will say if you sell $2 million in real estate, for example, which is like 7 houses in my market, then at that point you get 100% of your commission from then on out for the rest of the year. My firm works this way, and your start date starts when you start at the company and your year ends on your anniversary. Well, most of us will find value in those other brokerages that will offer a lower commission split. If you interview a firm that has a 70-30 commission split, you want to start thinking what that 30% that you're giving to the brokerage is actually going to pay for and if it will be worth it in the end. This is where the education and perks come in. If you are newer or just like help or like staying in touch with what the industry is doing, some firms will provide weekly trainings or even daily trainings. Some will have direct trainers there to help you at any time. Others will just have vast amounts of reading materials and videos that you can watch that have already been pre-recorded. Interview your firm and ask these questions about training. I want to talk about the firm I work with right now so badly, but we'll wait a little bit longer. This next subject is probably one of the first things you want to look for when finding a brokerage. And you just want to make sure that it's in the right part of real estate for you. Are they residential? Are they commercial? Are they high-end, like from the Selling Sunset TV show on Netflix?
With real estate, you can't sit around and wait for the phone to ring. You have to hustle.
Do they do investments only? Apartments? Pick your area of expertise and find the firm that will best suit you there. Culture is the next question we'll discuss. Are you someone who would like to go to happy hour with some of your coworkers after work? Or do you want to just leave work when 5 o'clock ends and go home? As an agent, you don't really work 9 to 5, but you know what I mean. Do you want teammates or do you want high competition? Are there community events like food drives that help benefit the community and get the company's reputation out there? If a company is team driven, there will be tons of opportunities for you as a new agent to host open houses for experienced agents. That's a really great way for you to get buyer leads. Also, many times agents will go out of town for vacation or whatever, and they'll need another agent to go and show some of their clients some houses. They will pay you as a new agent to go show their clients houses, $40 to $50 sometimes. Culture was the very first question I asked about my firm, especially since I was newer and from out of state. I was looking for a little bit more socialization. And now look at me talking into a camera. Reputation is one of the tougher standards to look at. Now, some of the bigger powerhouse companies like Keller Williams, Allen Tate, Coldwell Banker, Remax, and around where I'm at, eXp Realty, they're all very reputable. I've seen some people say that you should go to Zillow.com or Realtor.com and look at all the listings and see which company is represented the most. And that means that that's the company with the most reputation doing the most business. That's not the case though. That just tells me that those companies still have a lot of houses that have not been sold yet. Those houses that are listed aren't sold. In fact, if I look at Zillow.com right now, I will see Allen Tate everywhere. But the brokerage that I work for does more business in the county than any other firm here. So that's obviously not the case. Just straight up ask the brokerage what markets they serve and what their reputation is compared to some of their competitors or other firms. They're going to be glad that you're asking some of these awesome questions because, yeah, you're interviewing them, but they also want to make sure that you're a good fit. The last topic here is support and technology. Large brokerages will have a vast amount of resources and technology that you can utilize to be the best agent that you can possibly be. Now, this does come with a commission split, remember, but it can be extremely valuable. When you become an agent, you'll want to run ads. You'll want to have a CRM or a customer relationship management tool. You'll want to be able to have a website, a nationwide referral program, and so much more. Many of these companies will offer these for a small fee, while many others won't offer it at all, and then you'll have to pay for it out of pocket, which can really add up once you start stacking up all these tools. And if the company doesn't offer those tools, then you'll have to learn how to use some random tools on your own. Now, I wish I could just dive into all the top brokerages that are out there and tell you their pros and their cons, but this information just isn't publicly available. And brokerages change these systems every single month, especially in weird times like today. You'll have to interview to find out. But I can tell you about the agency that I chose and do a high-level run-through. I'm not a recruiter or anything, and I'm not going to try to sell you on working for a company that you may not be a good fit for or don't find any interest or value in. That would not set you up for success. But I think this is a good opportunity for you to see what I think a good option would look like. You can always email me or reach out to me through Facebook using the links I have down in the description below. And I can put you in contact with the first guy I interviewed with when I first started here, no matter where you're at in the country. So I am affiliated with Keller Williams in Mooresville, North Carolina, and I couldn't be happier with any other firm that I know of. Like I had said earlier, I already knew I wanted to work for Keller Williams before I even started taking real estate classes. But each branch is different, so I still ask some of the important questions like what their culture was like, who their leaders are, and where I would find support from. They checked off all the boxes that I had questions on, and I've never looked back since. Let's run through what our firm does, and I can only speak at a high level since, again, things do change pretty consistently, and I haven't been into the office much since the virus hit. Keller Williams has invested a ton of money on their technology. And technology is crucial in today's time when things are kind of weird with going and doing things in person right now. With your affiliation, you get access to all the key tools that you need to run a very powerful real estate business. Most of these tools are all in one place too, so you only have one login, one website, and you don't have to go searching all over the place for it. One platform. That's two. One platform. You'll have a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, where you can set people's birthdays of your clients, set the time of when you last contacted your clients, send automated emails, automated text messages, build out a customer pipeline, and just an infinite number of things. I used to work for a really large IT company where I would call 65 people a day. We had to do 65 dials a day, and our customer relationship management tool was not as deep as this one is. Part of the technology package comes with marketing software where you can just pull a listing, swap out the image, swap out the description and the title, or leave it the same, and then run it through a Facebook ad or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Boom, there's a simple way for you to market yourself as an agent or market your listing that you get without knowing how to run Facebook ads normally. That's absolutely incredible. If you've ever run a Facebook ad on your own or for your own side business or something, it's extremely complex. This is literally a click of a few buttons and getting creative with some of your descriptions. There's also a design tool where you can grab some templates, swap out the photo again, swap out the title, swap out the description, and then from there you can print out door hangers, flyers, newsletters, postcards, whatever you want. And new designs are released like almost every time I go onto that site. I'm gonna try to bring up one of the door hangers I just printed out not too long ago here. You can also design your own Facebook post too. So, and not really an ad, but just a post if you wanted to post how the market's doing. You can just grab it from the design, Throw it onto your Facebook real estate post. Boom. There's so much more technology that I can't even begin to cover in one single video. But again, I'm not here to really sell you on Keller Williams, but just know how many different options and tools there are available for different companies. But just to name off a few more, you have mobile phone apps, referral programs, commission funnels, and website builders. And all of these are included under the one monthly fee that you pay when you affiliate with Keller Williams. Now I'll cover probably one of the most important questions, the commission split. When I first started, it was 65% commission split, but now it's closer to 80%. But like I said, things change. The commission cap rate was around 2.4 million, but that is also lowered, I believe. That's where you'll end up earning over 100% on your commission. Now, don't quote me on any of these commission splits or pricing or anything. The technology, yes. The commission splits, those can change by the time you see this video. They can change from branch to branch, maybe state to state, who knows. I'm just telling you some rough numbers about what our branch does. For culture, when I first started, I was hosting open houses for other experienced agents who didn't have time to host their own open houses. Thanks to them, I was able to gain a ton of experience and new buyer leads. By the way, I will have an awesome how to host an open house linked somewhere in one of these corners here. Even in this virus-filled environment, you can have dozens of people coming to your open houses. Additionally, agents will ask other agents to help them do showings for their clients, especially when they're out of town, and there will usually be a small fee included in that, $40 to $50, as I said earlier. You also borrow each other's signs sometimes. You can also market each other's listings with Facebook ads, and you might be asking, why would a new agent want to market someone else's listing? Marketing will help you get buyers on someone else's house. It's a win-win. People also hang out, and it's kind of like a little real estate family. Last important thing I'll cover is training. There is training every single day. Legit training too, not some pre-recorded junk. Every single day there's a high-profile trainer, a class, a course, or some other live training session. On top of the corporate real estate training sessions that are provided every week or so. It's unbelievable. Really, this is the number one reason why I knew I wanted to join Keller Williams was because of their nonstop training. Other brokerages may do this too. I don't know. But none of the ones that I talked to were on this level. Not to me. So at the end of the day, just interview around. All brokerages might do this same exact stuff that Keller Williams does. I honestly don't know. Last little tidbit on my firm, something called profit sharing. So you know that little 20% commission that goes back to the firm that you don't get to keep? Well, a tiny little piece of that will come back to you if you have other agents that list you as a sponsor. Hypothetically, if you are watching this and you sign up for Keller Williams anywhere in the country, there will be a little blank on the form where you put a sponsor or someone who told you about Keller Williams. If you hypothetically put Sean Kelly in that blank, I would get a small, little tiny piece, that 20% commission that you have to pay back into your firm. There are agents that make 6 figures in profit sharing alone. This means that they have dozens, if not hundreds of agents that have them listed as a sponsor. So for every house that those agents sell, the sponsor gets a piece of the pie forever, and it adds up. The person that I added as my sponsor was just the guy that I called to interview with because I didn't know of anyone else. If you don't know of anyone else, just put Sean Kelly from Mooresville, North Carolina. In all seriousness, I would love to be your sponsor, but, and a huge but here, make sure you do your due diligence. You don't want to start your career off working for a firm that does not fit you. I'm really not trying to sell you on anything. You might find Keller Williams is a horrible place to work or doesn't fit you at all, and then you wouldn't be motivated to sell houses, and then I wouldn't get profit share anyway. Or you would think I tricked you and you would just change your sponsor out of spite. The point of this video is you find out what you want as a real estate agent. Have a list of questions ready, call 2, 3, 4 brokerages around your area and interview them. From everything I told you about my experience, you may have already called Alan Tate or someone else and they have everything I said plus way more. I will never know because I'm not interviewing around anymore, and you will never know unless you look around. Thank you all so much for checking this video out, and I hope I put some perspective on what brokerages should be offering and what some of the questions are that you should be asking. If you have any questions, post them below, or if you work for another brokerage and you want to drop some facts down in the comments below, do so and help out some of your fellow agents on their journey. Besides putting me down as a sponsor, clicking the like button down below is an even easier way for you to support what I'm doing. YouTube loves the likes, and so do I. I have my email and my Facebook information posted below. Reach out at your preference. Thank you so much and happy interviewing.